Surprising discovery. Pilate describes Jesus' true appearance, color, and face in unpublished letter. Did you know that Pilate wrote a letter to the Roman Emperor Tiberius about Jesus, discussing his miracles, his trial, his crucifixion, and wait for it, his resurrection? Let's explore the contents of that letter and what it reveals about Jesus. In the letter written by Pontius Pilate to Emperor Tiberius, he describes Jesus of Nazareth in a way that goes beyond what is found in the canonical Gospels. Pilate describes Jesus as a man of imposing stature, with chestnut-colored hair and a thick beard. His appearance is described as heavenly, with a reverent and beautiful face, clear gray eyes, and a mature expression. Pilate's detailed description highlights Jesus' unique beauty, modesty, wisdom, and temperance. Every physical detail is carefully depicted, revealing a stunning portrait of the Son of God as seen through Pilate's eyes. In Pontius Pilate's letter to Emperor Tiberius, he describes Jesus as a man of great virtue, whose presence among us is accepted by the Gentiles as a prophet of truth. While his own disciples recognize him as the Son of God, Pilate highlights not only the miracles Jesus performed, but also the aura of serenity and authority that surrounded him. His presence was marked by a unique blend of humility and grandeur, drawing both love and fear from those who saw him. In addition, Pilate reports on the reaction of the common people to Jesus, describing him as someone who inspired trust and reverence in equal measure. Pilate's detailed description reveals not only Jesus' physical appearance, but also his spiritual essence and emotional impact on those around him. In the letter attributed to Pontius Pilate, the description of Jesus goes beyond his physical appearance. Pilate recounts the teachings Jesus gave during his time in Jerusalem. He highlights the eloquence and depth of Jesus' words, which resonated with divine wisdom. In addition, Pilate mentions the gestures of compassion and forgiveness performed by Jesus, which touched the hearts of those around him. The letter reveals not only Jesus' striking physical presence, but also his spiritual and moral influence on those who listened to him. These accounts offer a broader view of the transformative impact Jesus had on his followers and those who crossed his path. In Part 04 of the letter attributed to Pontius Pilate, the description of Jesus goes beyond his physical appearance. Pilate reports the emotional impact that Jesus' presence had on the people around him. He describes how the aura of peace and compassion that surrounded Jesus was able to calm the most troubled hearts and bring hope to the hopeless. The accounts highlight not only Jesus' physical beauty, but also his spiritual presence that emanated light and human warmth to all who encountered him. Pilate emphasizes how Jesus' words and gestures deeply touched the souls of those who heard him, transforming lives and awakening a sense of reverence and admiration for this extraordinary man. In the fifth part of the letter attributed to Pontius Pilate, the account of Jesus' trial delves deeper, revealing the behind-the-scenes negotiations and political pressures that culminated in his condemnation to crucifixion. Pilate describes the accusations made against Jesus by the Jewish leaders, highlighting the tensions between the religious authorities and the Roman governor. He recounts how the accusers' strategies aimed to incriminate Jesus under Roman law, while Pilate sought a diplomatic way out to avoid open conflict with the population. The narrative details the moments of tension during Jesus' trial, the interventions of the defense attorneys, and Pilate's final decision in the face of the contradictory demands of the parties involved. This account offers a broader view of the events that led to Jesus' crucifixion and the political and social complexities of the time. The sixth part of the letter attributed to Pontius Pilate reveals the hesitation and internal conflict experienced by the Roman governor in dealing with the trial of Jesus. Faced with pressure from Jewish leaders and the threat of political instability, Pilate finds himself in a moral dilemma. He recognizes the goodness and lack of rebellion in Jesus, which leads him to question the accusations and the justice of condemning him to crucifixion. The narrative details Pilate's moments of reflection, his internal conversations about the meaning of justice, and his struggle to reconcile the demands of power with his personal conscience. This part of the letter sheds light on the moral complexity faced by Pilate when faced with the fate of Jesus. The seventh part of the letter, attributed to Pontius Pilate, reveals the impact of Jesus' words and actions on the most vulnerable and marginalized in society. Pilate describes how Jesus dedicated his time to the sick, the poor, and the excluded, bringing them healing, comfort, and hope. His compassion and understanding of the hardships faced by the less fortunate aroused admiration and gratitude in those who were often forgotten by society. The narrative highlights Jesus' acts of kindness and solidarity, which went beyond the expectations and norms of the time, revealing an unconditional love for all human beings. Pilate testifies how Jesus' presence transformed lives and touched hearts in profound ways, inspiring positive changes in the people who encountered him. In the eighth part of the letter, attributed to Pontius Pilate, Jesus' direct confrontation with the religious and political authorities of the time is revealed. Pilate describes how Jesus openly challenged powerful leaders, denouncing their hypocrisy and injustice before the people. He confronted the scribes and Pharisees, pointing out their corrupt practices and their distance from the true teachings of the law. Jesus' firm and incisive stance towards the powerful in society generated controversy and accusations against him, but it also earned him the respect and admiration of those who yearned for justice and truth. Pilate witnesses how Jesus' words echoed as a call for personal and social transformation, challenging established power structures and inspiring a new vision of equality and fraternity among all human beings. In the ninth part of the letter, attributed to Pontius Pilate, we are taken to the ethical dilemma faced by the Roman governor in the face of the accusations against Jesus. Pilate finds himself at a moral crossroads, where political pressure and the demands of religious authorities collide with his own conscience. He ponders the meaning of justice and truth, questioning the motivations behind the accusations made against Jesus. The narrative reveals Pilate's internal conflicts, his desire to maintain public order without compromising his moral principles. He finds himself between a rock and a hard place, trying to reconcile the divergent interests at stake. Pilate's final decision reflects not only the political and social circumstances of the time, but also his own personal journey in search of truth and justice. The discovery of the Pilate stone, an ancient stone inscription found near Caesarea Maritima in Israel, provides concrete evidence for the existence of Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor of Judea during the time of Jesus. This inscription is a significant artifact as it confirms Pilate's presence in a specific historical context mentioned in the New Testament accounts of the trial and crucifixion of Jesus. The Pilate stone contains a dedication to Tiberius Caesar by Pilate, demonstrating his authority and position as prefect of Judea under Roman rule. The archaeological discovery of the Pilate stone not only validates the historical figure of Pontius Pilate, but also enriches our understanding of the events and characters involved in the biblical narrative. This tangible evidence connects the ancient world to the present, reinforcing the authenticity of the accounts of Jesus and their historical context. If you're interested in fascinating historical discoveries related to the Bible, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Now that we know more about Pilate's unpublished letter about the true appearance of Jesus Christ, reflect on the surprising revelations brought to light. Thank you for watching. May God bless you. Amen.